One of the reasons that I really like making my own salsas is because of all of the different flavors that I can get in them. I feel like I'm very limited when I go to the store, but when I make my sweet pepper chili salsa, I know that it has the exact ingredients that I like, and I know that there's no extra chemicals or additives. Really, it's the best of both worlds of flavor and health. Blanching the tomatoes was my first step. Now I have many different colors of tomatoes in my garden, but very few of them are actually red this year. I collect my own seed, and so I never know exactly what I'm gonna get. This year I had lots of yellows, oranges, and purples, and just the occasional red one. Kind of fun, but it does make for a slightly different looking salsa. I then went on to core my tomatoes, and I cut them in quarters just to make it a little bit easier for me to do the seeding of them. Then after I seed them, I dice them into small pieces. I needed 10 cups of tomatoes, so this takes just a little bit more time. And then I diced up 5 cups of red peppers. I like them to be fairly small, but whatever size I make them, I try to have them all pretty uniform. And then I also diced up 3 large onions. After that, I put on my glove and I diced up half of a cup of jalapenos. I start by cutting off the end, I cut it in half, I seed it, and then I dice it up really small. If you like yours to be a really hot salsa, then you'll want to leave the seeds in there. Lastly, I chopped up 2 tablespoons worth of cilantro. So now it's time to combine my ingredients. I'll put my 10 cups worth of tomatoes in my pot. I want it to be a pretty large pot because this is a fair-sized batch. And then my 5 cups of red peppers, 3 onions, 1.5 cups of apple cider vinegar, half of a cup of jalapeno peppers, half of a cup of minced garlic. I do cheat with my garlic and I buy it pre-minced already. You could do it fresh, it would probably be even better. 2 tablespoons of cilantro, 3 tablespoons of chili powder. This is what gives it the lovely chili taste. It smells so good, honestly. Already the cilantro and then that chili powder and all those fresh vegetables, delicious. 1 teaspoon of salt and a scant half of a teaspoon of chipotle pepper powder. Now I really like this. It adds just a little bit of a smoky flavor to it along with the heat. But if you're sensitive to heat at all, that might be one that you want to omit because the chipotle pepper powder is a little bit spicier. Then I'll place this on the stove and bring it to a boil and then reduce the heat and let it simmer for 10 minutes. Now I'll fill my pint-sized jars up to 1/2 an inch of headspace. Headspace is the space from the top of the food to the top of the jar. I'm using Superb jars and lids today, and that is my new favorite jar and lid company. They actually do such a good job. Their jars are extra thick feeling. I feel like they're so much better than the ones nowadays. They're very reminiscent of the ones that I get that are antique jars. And I really like those ones because they feel so thick. So it's been kind of nice to find a company that does the same kind of quality that they used to do. And then the lids, they have this super squishy blue seal that I feel like does a really good job adhering to my jars. And then it has this corrosion resistant coating on it, which I like because I keep mine in the root cellar. They've really been a good company to work with. A lot of the companies I feel like just want a commercial, but these guys, they didn't even really want me to do a review. They just wanted me to use the jars and lids and let people know what I thought of them. And so that's exactly what I do. And I not only have a link in my description, but a 20% off discount code, so that can help too. A salsa, I feel like, is kind of a shortcut for a meal. It's got so many of those great vegetables that have been cut in it and the lovely spices. And instead of having to cut all of those up when I, say, make soft tacos, I can just pull out my salsa and I know that I'm covered. I use a clean, damp cloth to wipe off the rim of my jars so that if anything got on the edge, that it won't interfere with the seal. And then I place my lids and rings on until they're fingertip tight. Now I'll place these in my boiling water bath, submerged by 1 to 2 inches of hot water, and I'll process them for 15 minutes if I'm at sea level. I'm at 1,200 feet, so I'll go for 20. But I won't start my timer until after it starts to boil. Now that the timer's gone off, I'll remove the lid Turn off the heat and let it cool for 5 minutes. I place my jars on a heat-resistant surface about 1 to 2 inches apart so that they can cool down quickly. I'll leave them here for 24 hours so that they can get a good seal. I can tell that they have a good seal if the center of the lid has depressed down. If it has, then I remove the ring, wash them with hot soapy water, and store them in a cool, dry, dark location like my pantry and use them in the next 1 to 3 years. If I have any that didn't seal, I would place them in the refrigerator and use them right away. So for the taste test, I love this one. It has so many great vegetables in it, all of those red peppers. I really like the way this one tastes. I can taste all the different vegetables in there, the garlic, all the different spices, just a little bit of zing from the jalapeno, but not so much that I wouldn't want to eat it. Yeah, no, this is a really nice salsa.